Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alright, on this episode of Hooks, Horns, and Hides, as part of our whole deer processing series, we're going to bring you into the kitchen and we're going to show you what happens after we get them off the skinner rack. You know, after you've already field dressed your deer, you skinned them out, you quartered them out. Now what are we going to start doing with the meat, and how are we going to utilize that meat to make some of these dishes? Now, this is probably one of my all-time favorites. Honestly, this is why I like to gut my deer on the skinner rack. There's a couple things you get in there. The tenderloins, you're not going to get those if you don't gut out your deer. That's a wonderful piece of meat that you're missing out on if you're not doing that. Then down towards the bottom of the neck, there's another section of meat smaller than the tenderloins. I like to call them the inside tenderloins. You can get those out, so you miss out on those. The kidneys are really good. I know some people are like, oh my God, you eat the kidneys? I'm telling you, stay tuned, watch us enough. We're going to pump you out a video on how to cook those kidneys, and you'll be gutting your deer every time. And then the last part, and my favorite part, is the heart. You cannot get the heart if you don't gut that deer. And I'm telling you, if you're leaving the heart in there, you are missing out. It is a true specialty, a true delicacy. I thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to show you how to prep it to cook it right now. So first things first, we got 3 fresh venison hearts. These deer were harvested last night. Very important, we don't want to put these on ice. Preferably if you can go ahead and do it right away, you can. We got these cleaned late, so we just went ahead and cleaned them out, stuck them in the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag, and we're going to prep them this morning. So, okay, every one of these hearts has 4 holes here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to make sure you run these under cold water and pump out all of this blood that's going to be inside here. The longer you wait, the blood will start to kind of coagulate and clot up, and it'll come out a little bit easier, but I prefer just to go ahead and run them right under water right there from the beginning. So we're going to start trimming these up, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. First thing we're going to do is you want to take there's a flap here, a loose flap here at the very top, okay? That's going to come off first. Okay, we've got that out. Now, there is a decent little section of meat there, but I don't bother with it. All right? It's also very important, look, keep a clean towel and a nice sharp knife. Now, this is a Dow Strong. I love these knives. We're not sponsored by them. I wish we were. Maybe eventually that'll happen, but these are really great knives. I won't push product that I don't believe in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start down here at the point end, and you're going to cut them. You're going to want them to be about 1 inch thick. We're going to cut down like that. Look at that. Look how pretty that muscle is. All right, again, right down, right down. Now, you hear that little bit of a gristle pop? All right, that's this inside, okay? We're going to take this out. Once you get to that portion, you know you've gotten towards the back of the heart. Again, straight down. All right, and we're left with this piece here. So here, we're going to take and we're going to run our knife inside here. We want to remove all of this white gristle in the heart. Okay, it folds out just like that. Alright, so now we're left with a nice, clean piece of heart. You see that? Beautiful. I could almost eat it like it is. Alright, that one there has none in it. Okay, now with this end piece, I'll take and I'll shave just the very point of it off. And really that's just for aesthetics, you could eat it like that, but we've got it there. Now, and go right back in here again. Running along the inside. Get that gristle out. You do not want that gristle. And in a minute I'll show you the actual heartstrings. This is the beginnings of them. So if you ever heard that saying, you know, I heard somebody talk about heartstrings. Yes, they do exist. Okay, now another important part. When we get down to the back end, you see this white It's almost like a cap. That needs to come off. So usually when I get to the back end of the heart, I will just run around and I will just kind of trim off anywhere that is. And sometimes it's just easier just to go ahead and work your knife around, just like so, all the way around, and just take that off. That little outside layer there just comes right off. Alright, so now we've got a perfectly clean heart steak. Alright, just take that little bit left there. Alright, so that's done. That's that one. Now, this is where you have to decide, is there enough there to warrant continued working? See, because all of this has to go. All of this has to go. We still got some meat in there, so what I will do a lot of times is just come in here, trim that outside edge. Right there. So we'll take a bowl. These little chunks here, we're going to cook with our kidney. Okay, so that'll go together. These little chunks, all these nice little kind of clean chunks that we trimmed off, will go with our kidney. The rest we'll just go and scrap. Okay, so we end up with a nice, beautiful heart, 3 steaks. This end will usually end up in my kidney pile as well. Alright, so we'll do that again now. I'm going to show you another way. Again, take off this extra hood here. Go in the scrap pile. Now, you can also go ahead and start right here. I'll turn my heart upside down like this. And look, you can go ahead and trim back that cap. I'm not even really sure what that's called. I just know it's super tough, very undesirable in taste. Once you've got it trimmed back, then I'll take and I'll run my knife right square across the top. And see, that got rid of 95% of it. We're gonna come right here and take out just that little bit. And now it's nice and clean. Now, again, you can take this, work on it some more. And add it to your kidney pile. Rest of it in scraps. Again, same thing. About 1 inch. And all of those hearts are relatively about the same size. And with this one, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 complete steaks plus my end piece. That'll go with my kidneys. Let's let's go and trim that top off. So get a little bit more meat out. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see those? Those are heartstrings. Those have to come out. You do not want those in your finished product. You can turn this thing apart inside out like that and really get down in there and just take them out. Okay, into our scrap. Again, you see the rings in there? Now look, you can flip this inside out and really get in there and get those strings out. Spend the time to prep your meat correctly, whether it be heart, whether it be back strap, whether it be steak, ham, or roast. Really take your time, because that's what's going to show when you get done and put it on the plate. And that's, a lot of times, that's the difference in having good venison and having not so good venison. See those? That's just absolutely beautiful. See that little piece right there? We're going to get rid of that. Just turn it right off the top. That little attention to detail right there will make all the difference in the world. Venison heart, absolute delicacy. Top part, we're not going to need. We're going to come right across, cut it off square. All this little, like, I call it cap. I'm not really sure what it is. It has the consistency of fat. I'm pretty sure that's basically what it is. But there may be some type of special term with it since it's attached to these organs. But all that's no good. We're going to come around, trim around that. All that out of the way. These little extra pieces, these nuggets, that's all I like to call them, are going to go and they're going to cook your kidney. Once you got all that down into its scraps, turn your heart down like this, go around, just trim. I'm going to trim off all that white bad substance. Alright, once you got that trimmed, just scrap pile, 1-inch cuts. Usually these bottom 3 pieces don't take a whole lot of extra work. I'm going to trim that top off. Kidney pile. These here, you just want to check for this cartilage. Trim off any of that there that's extra. Just run your knife right down the edge, just on the surface more or less. I've made it before with it on. It just kind of makes the heart just a little bit chewier. And if you leave a bulk of it on, then it gives it a very undesirable taste. Take these heartstrings out. The scrap pile. A little bit of leftover cloth there. Make sure it comes out. Alright, so normally if you run across a piece like this, it's kind of manual. I just normally come around and just trim around. Make it nice, neat, presentable. Get any of this off right here, and then this will go right to my pile. So again, You can turn these things completely inside out. Around, trim it up. Take your time. Again, take your time in prepping this stuff. Now see, there's a hard piece of, you can feel it. So we're just going to take that whole piece right there out. Yeah, that's right where our kidney pie. Did y'all see us throw this in the scrap? There it is. So, I challenge you, the next deer you kill, go in there. Get those less common types of cuts. Get those kidneys out. Get those inside tenderloins. Get the back tenderloins. And get that heart.